Hi, good morning, my kindergarten mathematicians. It is Mrs. Foster here with you this morning on this beautiful day outside. Let's get in it to win it, and let's go over to expectations. Point your head and say, we think. Frame your face and say, we act. And then make a talking sign and say, we talk like a mathematician. Okay, get those thumbs ready. A mathematician is a person who studies numbers and shapes. And with Mrs. Foster, we always are working with numbers. Okay, so in kindergarten, the big goal, you can count forward from any given number through 100. So today, we're going to start at 66 and we're going to count by ones up to 96. And so it's really important that you know what number comes after 69, 70. What number comes right after 79? 80. It's not 30. And then what comes right after 89? 90. Okay, so lock 66 in your brain. Here we go. 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96. And if we were to have counted to 99, what number comes right after 99? 100. We don't say 100, we say 100. Okay, now we're going to practice counting backwards. We are getting so good at this, it's time to stretch ourselves. So we're going to start at 30 and we're going to count back down by ones and stop when we get to 16. So what's the number that comes right before 30? 29. And then you'll count all the way down to 20. And what number comes right before 20? 19. And we'll count down to 16. So go ahead and lock 30 in your brain and counting backwards by one. Here we go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. Woohoo, my rock star mathematicians. Pat, pat, pat on the back, back, back. Okay, our brains are nice and warmed up. Now, Mrs. Foster has some special dot cards that I'm going to show you. And these are called the pairwise dot cards because instead of filling up the dots in the top row and then going in the bottom row, there's a dot on the top and a dot on the bottom. So I'm going to flash you, and then afterwards you're going to tell me how many red dots, how many yellow dots, and how many all together. Ready? How many dots were red? How many dots were yellow? How many all together? Okay, so let's check. There is one red dot and one yellow dot. And how many all together? 2. That's a double. Show me one on your finger, these, and one, and say 1 plus 1 equals 2. Okay, here comes our next one. How many dots were red? How many dots were yellow? How many all together? Okay, let's check. How many dots were red? 2. How many dots were yellow? 2. How many all together? 4. We're working on our double. So show me 2 on one hand and 2 on the other hand, and let's say that. 2 plus 2 equals 4. Okay, here comes our next one. How many dots were red? How many dots were yellow? And then how many dots all together? Let's check. How many dots were red? 3. How many were yellow? 3. How many is that all together? It is 6. So we can show that one on our hands too. So show me 3 on one hand, 3 on the other hand, and let's say that double equation. 3 plus 3 equals 6. Okay, here comes our next one. How many of the dots were red and how many of the dots were yellow? And how many all together? Okay, let's check. So how many of those dots were red? 4. How many of those dots were yellow? 4. How many all together? Did you say 8? Yeah, so 4 and 4. 4 plus 4 equals 8. I have a feeling you know what this next card is going to look like. I'm going to flash it to you. This time, how many of the dots were red? How many of the dots were yellow? And how many was that all together? How many were red? 5. How many was yellow? Were yellow 5. How many all together? Well, you know that's 10. That's the last small double you can make with your fingers. So show me 5. Show me 5 and say 5 plus 5 equals 10. Nicely done with working with your small doubles. Now, I have a game for you to play. Don't worry, I will send this game. In fact, I'll leave myself a little note to send this game. Candy Corn 5s. And we might have played this before, but this game is just knowing what numbers go together to make the number 5. I'm going to give you one part of the number and you're going to tell me what part's missing. And that's what we're going to cover up. And we're trying to see if we can get one of these candy corns covered up. So if you don't have a printer, you can still just look at this at your computer screen, or you could pause right now and get a piece of paper and just write these numbers down. So I'm going to go ahead and lower my computer, move this back. Oh, there we go, so you can see this. And I have my numeral cards with the digits, the numerals 0 through 5 in here. And so I'm just going to draw a card and then you tell me what's missing. So we know that we're trying to make 5. Oh, my counters are going crazy. So here's my first card. What number? 3. What goes with 3 to make 5? 2. Okay, we'll cover this one up. Here comes our next number. What number? 5. What goes with 5 to make 5? 0. Oh, we're getting there. What number? 2. What goes with 2 to make 5? 3. Sometimes it's helpful to picture that 5 frame with 2 dots on it, and then how many squares would be empty? That would be 3, and so if we filled that up, we would have 5. Well, what number do we have here? 4. Ooh, that's really close to 5. What goes with 4 to make 5? Did you say 1? Oh, my mathematicians. Okay, what number? 0. So picture a 5 frame with no dots on it. How many of the squares would be empty? 5. So we would need to fill up each square to make 5. Oh my goodness, we're getting so close to covering one of the candy corns. Oh, now we've got 2 again. So I see those 2 dots. How many would be empty on my 5 frame? Oh, 3. 2 and 3 make 5. I'll go over here. Oh, I have a 0 again. That one's super easy. What goes with 0 to make 5? Yeah, it has to be 5. There's a 2 again. What goes with 2 to make 5? It is 3. I'll jump over here. Boy, we have the number 4 in here. I want you to think, what number do I hope to get in order to cover up the 4? Oh, here we go again. We've got, what number is this? 0. And what goes with 0 to make 5? 5. Ooh, we're getting close to covering up another candy corn. Oh, we haven't seen this one for a while. What number is this? 3. So can you picture the 5 frame with 3 dots on it? How many of the squares would be empty? Yeah, it would be 2. So we would need 3. Well, what goes with 3 to make 5? 2. Oh, here we go. We have that 4 again. It's super close to 5. They're BFFs. What goes with 4 to make 5? 1. Ooh, boy, I'm getting very close. Oh, here's that 0 again. What goes with 0 to make 5? 5. What number is this? It's 1. So get a picture in your brain of a 5 frame with 1 dot in it. How many of the squares would be empty? Oh, in my mind, I see the 4 empty squares. So if I filled those up, I'd have 5. So what does 1 need to make 5? 4. We've covered up our first candy corn. Look what I have here. What number? 1. What goes with 1 to make 5? 4. We were able to completely capture 2 of the candy corns. High five for us. We're rock stars. Okay, so you would just keep playing until you filled up all the or covered up all of the squares. And if you needed, I just used number cards. You could also roll a dice and see how many dots were on it and how many more you would need to make 5. You could just write down number cards. You could use a deck of cards, and just the ace would be 1, and then use the 2, 3, 4, and 5. So my kindergarten friends, it's always so nice to be with you. Let's go ahead and put our hands in. You're in. I'm on top. Let's do our cheer. 1, 2, 3. Math is cool and tigers rule. Break. Have a very happy day, my friends, and I hope you get to play outside today.